Hi, this is Theresa Hebert, and welcome to the Goddess Emergence with Dr. Brie Gibbs. We have a very special show for you today. As Dr. Brie continues to walk her journey, she's going to share a very personal part of that journey with us. It's about healing, and it's about how that has really been a labor of love for her and how it has helped heal a person who transitioned off the planet many years ago. This is very new information, and we're very happy to share it with you. She has so much wisdom and insight to share with us about this journey that she's been on, what she's been going through, and how this can begin to help us heal along our journey too. So please welcome Dr. Brie.
Hello, and God's blessings to everyone. I'm going to talk about this labor of love, and it was a labor of love for myself and one other person. Um, Before we get started, Theresa, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do. And I thought maybe we could clarify what we mean by healing, because I think so many of us have learned that have been on this spiritual path for a long time and who have listened to a lot of, spiritual folks out there, that we've been told that in order to heal ourselves, we simply have to recognize that something needs to be healed. And then we, turn it over to our guides or our angels and we go, please take this from me and heal this in love. What's been your experience with that?
Okay, I'm going to shock some people with this because it's brand new information and it's not new, it's old. But I shifted in the shift of consciousness, and I think it's really important that they know the truth. We have been taught past life regression, give it to our guides and angels, like you said. Recognize it. If you recognize it, that's all you do is you recognize it, you see it was there, and that's it. It doesn't heal the problem. Why do I have this health issue? Why do I have this weight gain that I've been trying to get off? All these different things that we're taught, and it wasn't working. It's not working for a lot of people. So I was told that I was headed to look at my slate. I will call it that. And the slate, let's just say, is your body. All the mistakes I have made. And the one thing, I had this rage in me that I couldn't understand where it came from. So I did everything. I thought, I have too many crystals around me. So I gave my crystals away. Big mistake there. I thought, I'm going to go on this diet or that diet. And everybody kept telling me, you need to lose weight. Well, I know I need to lose weight, but it's not coming off. I'm following the doctor's orders. I followed other people's ideas. I followed the keto. I mean, I did everything, right? And I'm going, why is it not coming off? And why do I have this anger? So by one of my guides, I was told that I'm going to start seeing things. I thought, okay, I'm going to start seeing things. Okay. More things I thought, like more angels or more ETs or fairies, whatever, right? No, that's not what happened. And I had this feeling inside of me one day that I was going to be showing my slate. First of all, I want to say that I've talked about sexual abuse. This is not about sexual abuse. It's about physical abuse. Not the normal spankings, not the normal discipline you would give to a child. I went to sleep one night after talking with the creator and my guides, said my prayers, talked to my guides, and I was immediately out. I woke up in the morning and it happened twice. I don't know what time it was dark at the one time. I had tears coming down my face. I thought, what's going on? And when I woke up in the morning, I remembered it all. And I was in shock. I saw a little girl in the corner in the kitchen being punished. And that was me. I didn't remember that. And then my guide said, okay, that's enough right now. And that took me probably a week to even understand it, where I could look at it and keep looking at it. Because you have to engage and engaging with it to heal it. You can't just leave it there. You have to do something with it. So then I got to the point that a week and a half later, I saw the happy little girl in the kitchen, not the little girl that was being punished anymore. Then they took me the next time to being 3. It was tough to watch. And I saw the punishments. And they were continuing until I was 12 years old. Now, let me say this. My mother, I love her very much, and she left the planet in 2013. And I'm 61, and I didn't remember until this, not too long ago. I'll just say that. It's been a few months I've been working on this. I've been healing for like a year, but I had to see the harshness of what I had to clean out of me. You want to be clean and pure. And when I go home and leave the planet, I don't want to have to watch all this, because we truly have to watch it all. So as I healed, I started asking, why am I not losing the weight? Because you're holding on to the anger and you're holding on to the pain still. Well, how do I release it? Exactly the step you took before. Look at it, engage it, and find out when you started overeating. Mine was at the age of 9. Okay, oh crap. All those years of overeating. But I left when I was about 26, 27, right in there, and moved to other states, and the weight came off till I came home in 2013, and then it started coming back on. And now I understand why, because I'm home where it all happened. And my mother was leaving the planet, so I got to have 3 wonderful years with her. But I still didn't remember. The thing is when you engage with this and you allow yourself to feel those feelings down deep inside, and I'm not blaming no one for this. That's the key. Don't blame anyone for it. Because when you're blaming them, you're still not healing yourself. So during this time, as I was going through this, I kept saying, Mom, I have compassion for you and I understand. You were a child during the world, I can't talk, I'm sorry. During the Second World War. And that was not easy for her. And she came here to the United States in 1953 as an unwed mother. That was not easy back then. So I have compassion for her and understanding and no resentment. My mom knew she had a problem. And she went to a doctor, and the doctor put her on some medication, which made it worse. But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just explaining where my situation was. The thing is, engaging with everything we do, and we truly go inside our soul and heal everything we want to heal. Our guides will show us more and more and more. And if you want to heal it, the guides will be there to heal it with you and help you. You could have an illness that's making you sick and you're wondering, why am I so sick all the time? It could be because of something that happened when you were younger, or even older. You could be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It doesn't matter. Something hits, it hits. And I wonder sometimes if people understand the difference between past life regression and having other people heal their problems for them.
Mhm.
No one could heal these problems for me. I had to heal them. And with the new earth, new energy, the shift of consciousness, whatever you want to call it, this is what we have to do now. We have to engage with it and heal ourselves with our guides. My husband, he's seen such a change that he doesn't even know how to handle it. And that's the funny part about Theresa. He doesn't know how to handle it because I'm not getting mad.
Right.
And now some of the weight's starting to come off, and that just started last week. And by working with every single part of it and not taking no shortcuts. So a shortcut to me would be a past life regression, having somebody else do the healing work. Um, I've heard of all different kind of things you can do. I'm not going to name them. Believe me, I've tried them. But you know what? What heals is when you heal with your guides, the creator, and the unknown forces out there of love that are working with us. We have so many guides, we don't even know how many are around us. And they work with you. Every day has been getting easier. And I hope that this little bit what I'm telling you about my story here, it was a labor of love. But the one thing that was such a joyful thing for me to know is when I healed this, my mother healed also and ascended. I had no idea that was happening till the end. When I was working on all the things with what my mother did, she healed and ascended on the other side. And nobody talks about that. I didn't even know that happens. We're talking about love right now. And is that not the greatest love you can give yourself and others? I think about her now. I say, good morning, Mom. I love you every day. And now the love I say now is totally different when it comes out of my mouth. I can feel it inside of me differently now. We're all learning to know love. And there's a human level, then there's a spiritual level of love. There's two different levels. And right now, I'm trying to know love on the spiritual level, which will take me some time. But on a human level, I know love. I have love for myself now. I have love for my husband and friends, and I have love for everyone. I think that if you just look at yourselves and not make an excuse, I'm overweight because my thyroid doesn't work. Well, my thyroid, I only have half my thyroid. It's working now. So that's not the problem anymore. And that's by another type of healing that I do. But it's working. Okay. My eyes are getting better. But that's a different kind of healing. That's physical healing I'm doing with this 5 breath self-healing meditation. The thing is, but the healing that we need to really do to clean our slate so I don't have to go home and look at this when I leave is the most important thing you could be doing right now is clean that slate. So imagine you're the slate, like I said, you're the slate and everything's written inside of you. So the one thing I want to say real quick before Theresa takes us over is that we all agreed to come and learn these lessons. So can I really blame my mom? No, because she agreed to play that role, if you want to say it that way. The thing is that we agreed to learn these lessons, then we turn it into an experience. And when you look back, you see a happy child, a happy adult. So just that's where I'm at right now.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I've worked with you for 5 years now, and there isn't a day that I don't learn something new. But this year, 2020, has been such a profound year for everyone on so many levels. But I feel very just blessed to come toward the end of this year and to get this gift of healing, of what true healing really means. And I think many of us have had the experiences that you've had, where we have buried things in us that have hurt so badly that we just don't remember them. And if you can't remember something, how do you begin to heal it? So you've brought out a point that is so important about working with the creator and working with our guides, whether we know their names or not. Um, they're all around us. And I mean, we just are surrounded by so much help if we just reach out to do that. And I've started this healing journey, because you have shared so much with me, that I'm able to now start looking at some of my own issues of what I have. And I can tell you, I'm just a little ways into it, but it's very freeing. And your body will begin to feel lighter and lighter, and you just start to feel better. But it's so important to realize the journey belongs to each one of us. It is our own unique journey. We help each other along the way. We can share our stories and our gifts. But in the end, it's really, we have to do the work. You have to begin to love yourself enough to do the work. And so when you can get to that point that you truly love yourself, you really can begin to open up the doors and really start to heal. And life changes. You begin to find the joy and the blessings in life, and you can find your laughter again in a year that is as hard as this year has been. So thank you kind of for sharing that. Can you just maybe
Yeah, I have a
recap
few more
one
things.
idea to help
Well,
everybody get started?
yeah, I have a couple more things I want to say real quick before
Yeah.
we go that far. I want everyone to know it wasn't overnight. This took months.
Mhm.
Okay. So there were days I laid on my couch in my bed with my blanket, watching ridiculous shows so I would get my mind off of it. I mean, I wasn't fully studying spirituality the whole time. I had to get my mind off of it sometimes. So sit and either read a good book or a vampire movie, whatever you want to do, right? But you need to relax the body
Mhm.
because it hits the physical, the emotional, the mental, and spiritual. And that's a special code. So again, I'm going to say the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And that's the way you want to do it. So physical would be me being overweight. The mental would be, the rage that I had. I mean, excuse me, the emotional would be the rage. The mental be, why am I acting this way?
Mhm.
And the spiritual go, oh, you're not expanding like you should be. But there was times I just had to lay down and just take a break. But I'm gonna tell you, it was not overnight, and it took months. But what I learned out of all of it, I love myself enough and my mom to heal myself. And like I said before, I had no idea that she was healing and ascending on the other side now. And I am so proud of her. And I'm proud of myself for what I've done. And I hope each one of you will find a little bit of help in this. It's hard work. That's one thing I want to say. It's really hard work. But don't take any shortcuts because it's not going to help. I've taken enough of them. Like I said, past life regression. I accepted it. I looked at it. I did all sorts of stuff. Okay, it's done. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. When you acknowledge it, it's still not done. You saw it. Now what are you going to do with it? So you had a question, Theresa.
Well, I was just going to say shortcuts, it reminded me shortcuts make you just repeat things, right? And so for those who are really committed to want to heal themselves, what's the one thing that they can do to get started today?
All right. So what I'm going to say is call upon your guides.
Mhm.
Let them know that you're ready. Your soul knows you're ready already.
Mhm.
Everybody's ready if you're willing to do your work. But calling your guides, let them know you're ready to see what you have forgotten, what has made you sick, what has made you angry, what makes you controlling.
Mhm.
Why do people feel they have to be in control of everything all the time? And the other thing is what I want to say, do not make any rash decisions when you're going through this. Me? Yeah, I made a big one. And the big one I made was giving my crystals away. But I like how my friend Linda that has some of them, she's actually going to bring them back to me. She said, oh, they just were on a vacation with Auntie Linda. They needed a break from you. And you need a break. That made me feel better. I don't expect to get him back. If the other person I gave him to, she doesn't want to get back, that's okay too. I don't care. The thing is I had to let them know because that's part of my healing. So I'm going to tell you a couple things that I did that to make things right. So that was one I had to make right. I had to tell them why I gave them the crystals. And they both understood. And they'll come home. Some are coming home this week. The others will come home when they're supposed to. And they may not all come home. I may just go say, I just want this one or that one back. It doesn't matter. The other thing is, 15 years ago, I forgot. David showed me this. So don't think you get away with even money. 15 years ago, to a really good friend of mine, Michelle, I borrowed $150. I completely forgot. We've been friends for years. And it's like, what for? Remember when I just went in a scenario of what happened. And she goes, okay. So I said, well, send me a PayPal request. Well, she didn't do it. So I had her on the phone one day and I typed her name in and sent the money over to her. When you even remember that, you have to make it right. And we cannot not lie on planet. And I've told that before. You're not going to tell somebody they look awful or whatever in the blouse that they're wearing or the jacket. And you might not like my glasses or whatever, but in front of my face, you're going to say, oh, those look nice on you. And in your head, you're going to go, I could help you pick out a better looking pair, or whatever, right? But the thing about it is I said to her, I said it to other people, if I've ever lied to you, I'm sorry. Well, you haven't. I said, but that's not the point. If I ever have, because as a child, children lie, right? So who knows what followed me with everything that happened, right? But Michelle, I said to Michelle, I said, if I ever lied to you, I'm sorry. And she goes, well, if I ever lied to you, I'm sorry too. But we don't remember any lies, right? But it was just kind of funny thing. But you want to embrace all of that. It's not just the hurt and the pain. It's your actions also. So when you remember you owe somebody $150 from 15 years ago, you pay that amount. You don't just let it go because you're going to have to go back and look at that. You remembered, so why didn't you take care of it? Or at least call and apologize and say, I don't have the money right now, but I'll send you $5 a month, if you ever borrowed money like that. And so those are things that need to be addressed. And I've had a couple more issues come up that I need to take care of. And that's in my own family that I need to let go of some different things. I'll just say it that way and heal that. Not everybody in my family is at my level and believe in what I do, and so I have to honor and respect them for what they believe, but I need to let them know a few things on how their behavior has affected me. And so you can do that, but do it in a nice way, please. Just say, I know you don't believe in what I do, and that's okay, but I honor and respect what you do, and I love you. That's simple and easy to do. And that's what I have to say. Um, so if you're willing to take this labor of love for yourself and work on yourself, and a being that may have someone that transitioned off the planet that has done this to you, know that you can do this. And so the first step, like I said, is calling your guides, and you have to be honest with them because you cannot lie to them. I'm ready to look at what I need to see to clean my slate. So God's blessings, Theresa.
Thank you very much for sharing that very personal story. So stay tuned to our next shows as we begin to share more of the journey. But I'll leave you with this. Be kind to yourself because you deserve all the love that there is. And think about what you're going to say before you say it. Those are two of my key lessons that I've come away with. I have many, but those are two that I think are real pertinent for today. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and we'll see you again real soon.